Here we are. Lights on. Call this meeting to order. Determine there's a quorum present. We have Commissioner Wardlow, Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Garcia, Commissioner Flores, and myself. We have a quorum. If y'all will please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Commissioner Garcia, if you don't mind.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Go to item 5. Make sure my phone's turned off. Discussion possible action set aside county funds to purchase food from the South Texas Food Bank to help individuals who have been furloughed. Not put in there furloughed, but there's some that, I don't know if that's the correct word, but you have individuals that are employed by the federal government that have been asked to come back to work and are not getting paid. You have other individuals that are home not getting paid, but hopefully will get paid. And Thursday of last week, Commissioner Vasquez received an email on a food distribution that was done on Tuesday, but on Thursday received an email. We received a phone call from individuals at the port, and there was a food drive put on at the fairgrounds for 2 specific groups, because those are the groups that had called. And I'm saying this just for clarification, because we might have had somebody turned away or whatever, but at the end of the day, there was 2 groups. There was always planned, we were going to try to plan for something at a grander scale. If people were turned away, we're sorry for that, but that's how come this meeting was called, to try to help those individuals that are working for the federal government. And because of the government shutdown and because evidently in Washington, they can't get along, and I'm trying to pick something that I won't get in trouble for, get wrote up by the state. But it's a shame that we're having to do this. It's just an outright shame. But yet those people up there that make the decisions for all the rest of us in our community, they're getting paid. It's a damn shame. So, item we had, and I'm going to go ahead and address this if y'all don't mind real quick. We had phone calls, people upset that they were turned away, people upset that they weren't getting food. But when you looked at some of the people that their names, and they gave you their names, when you looked them up, they get food on a regular basis every week, some of them. And some of them, some of the other drives that the commissioners put on, food drives and food distributions, they get food. And they were still complaining that they weren't able to go get food on Tuesday, which I think that's bullshit. It just, and I asked Commissioner Vasquez if he could get us a number of what, in the last 7 years, what has been put out and what Val Verde County has done and what y'all have done as commissioners. And Commissioner Vasquez sitting on the board, but what the commissioner has done is unreal. And I know I'm talking too much, but people need to understand that the county has always stepped up. And this number, and you correct me, Commissioner, if I'm wrong, but 29 million pounds of food is what Val Verde County has handed out in the last 7 years. 29 million pounds of food. And it really upsets me when you have people call and you have people post that the county's not doing enough, the commissioners ain't doing enough, the county judge is not doing enough. Well, it's probably never going to be enough. 29 million pounds of food, right?
Correct, Judge? You got an excellent number, 29 million pounds of food, equal value up to $57 million worth of food over the past 7 years.
Because of, and I'm trying control my language, but it's really upsetting when you have people that complain and don't know shit about what's going on. But the people that are complaining are the ones that receive all the time and just weren't able to go get on Tuesday, right? But you have a group of people now that we're trying to help that have a job, are working, trying to pay their bills, are asked to come back to work and not get paid, and you're trying to help those that never show up. These people never show up for food, right? And the court is trying to help them, and we get crapped on because of an event on Tuesday. It's not right. I mean, people need to pay attention.
Judge, that comes out to $300,000 countywide every 2 weeks.
Okay. Unbelievable, ain't it? Unbelievable.
A little over $8 million a year.
Yeah. Again, unbelievable. I want to thank you for helping with that. I really do.
No problem.
And the rest of y'all that have gone through this, I'm going to give a little brief history, and I'm going to quit, and then we're going to go to this. When we came in 2011, Cheo had already started food distribution, which was once a month or once every 2 months or something, and that was in Precinct 4. The court allowed us to buy a refrigerated trailer. We paid $5,600 for a refrigerated trailer, I think in 2012, 2013, in order to be able to go pick up product. The county has never, ever, in the 8 years that I was commissioner, never gave out as much food as what has happened in the last 7 years. Just didn't. The food distribution has grown immensely, and you know, we were paying $18,000-$19,000. Then Loaves and Fishes wanted to run it, so we paid $18,000-$19,000. The city paid some money, and then 2 years ago we put another $20,000 in it in order for the county to get more food. But it's really, and I'm going to harp on this just one more time. It's really upsetting when people that are out there say we're not doing enough. And again, is it ever going to be enough? No. But at some point, the ones that keep coming over and over again, that are not elderly, not veterans, not this and that, but they always come get, Jesus Christ, folks, maybe I ought to go get a damn job. This item today is specific for a group, and I know that we're going to get more crap thrown at us that why aren't we doing more, but this is specific for a group that never comes and asks, is working, does have a job. Some of them have been asked to go back to work and still not get paid. This is what this is for. I don't know. I know that out at the base, the numbers that I've heard is about 3,000 individuals that are employed from Valverde County that work out at the base. I don't know how many of those are part of this group. So part of this process, no matter how much money we set aside, we're probably not going to be able to hit or help everybody. We've got people out at the base. We've got Border Patrol, people at the Border Patrol. We've got people at Port. I think that we need to set something up in order to help these individuals. And we've had this conversation with Commissioner Vasquez, Commissioner Flores, and the other commissioners. This is what we're here for. I don't know what it would cost us to help 2,000 families, 3,000 families. I don't know what that would cost. I know that you'd sent me what was brought in on Tuesday, but I don't know what. I don't want to be hitting the food bank because I don't think it's fair that we hit the food bank and not pay them for this.
Judge, just FYI, the 18-wheeler load that we brought in for all 4 precincts this past week, we got a total of, it was 26,510 pounds. Tomatoes, cucumbers, fresh potatoes, pears, chicken, protein, apples, bread. And so, Judge, that equals, just FYI, we more or less gave to every single person that went through these government workers, we gave them about 100 to 117 pounds per vehicle, per family, which I think is great. But something like that, Judge, I did talk to our executive director this morning. She's putting me some numbers together. But a trailer load of what we got this past week, I mean, you're looking anywhere from maybe $3,000 to $4,000 for
Our cost.
our cost,
Yeah.
which is at probably 19 cents a pound, in food, which is, I think, is an excellent deal, but we're gonna get some numbers together and I'll.
Let's do this.
Commissioner Vasquez, how many, families were helped, with that load?
So Commissioner Flores, we helped out a total of 350 families with the HEB cards and the truckload. The truckload was
How many
just
cards were given out?
we had a couple hundred,
It was 420,
420.
but two cards to.
Two
each
cards
one.
to each person.
210.
So all the families that were impacted with this drive, Judge, we took down, gentlemen, people that came in, some had four or five people in the household. So it affected, we were able to reach out to close to 1,400, 1,500 people altogether, family-wise.
So if you go by that, you threw out a good number of 210, about 210 families.
On the card.
On the cards. So if we kept, and on that trailer, would you say out of that trailer load, we helped 210, 250?
No, 226 people.
200,
Judge,
okay, that's
just
what's
out of
here.
that trailer load.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
we've got 226, approximately 13 and a half trailers. I'd say, by the time we get done, probably about 18 trailers. If we do 18 trailers, if we bring in 18 trailers, and your cost somewhere about $3,000 per trailer. Matt, that's about $54,000. That would be about $3,000 a trailer. If we bring in 18 trailers, and you figure 18 trailers, times 226, that would be helping about 4,000 people, 4,000 families.
Yes, sir, Judge.
Was that?
Correct.
I know the number that I gave you yesterday was 2025, and I told you though that I did not have numbers in front of me that, in order, a guesstimate, a good guesstimate. But I'm thinking if we set aside, 54,000, that would bring in about 18 trailers to try to help about 4,068
Now,
families.
is the food bank gonna be able to provide 18 trailers?
I don't know.
I had a discussion with our ED judge, and that's something that we're working on, but, I believe at this point we can. I made another phone call, I talked directly to Ms. Alma Bubel, so that's something we're looking at.
Miss who?
Alma Bubel, she's our she's our ED, Alma Bubel.
I'm sorry, I'm a boo-boo. And when she looks at this, I'm not making fun, okay? It just sounds funny. I'm a boo-boo.
So we wouldn't need it all at once. It wouldn't just be one giveaway.
No.
Yeah, so this 18 trailers doesn't all have to come once.
No, it wouldn't, but I think that if we set aside the money,
Mhm.
at least we don't have to come back to the court again to keep asking for money. And we know that we're shooting, our goal is to help at least 4,000 families.
And, Judge, another little note, yesterday, I got a phone call from the base, and I told them I was gonna talk to you about it. So, there's another round. That was just one squadron, but of course, I didn't get into any, so we're gonna have meetings, see what,
And when I handed out the 3,000 number, that was a number I got from, Chamber of Commerce, but that's how many employees, right now that the base is hired. I think it's 3,081 or something. So whether those people, and it might be a little bit higher, but that's the number that I was given.
Judge, but you're targeting the ones that work at Laughlin.
No, we're targeting the people for the federal government that work for the federal government and they're not getting paid.
I know, but you're talking about 3,000 employees
I love that.
at Laughlin. So that excludes Border Patrol and.
It looks
Customs
good, and Border Patrol, those getting paid. You're gonna have your ancillary, you're gonna have your secretaries, you're gonna have some of those that are not getting paid. And then at the port is the same way. But, we can set aside more money. My deal is this is a good start. Because we don't know how many,
The
you
other,
brought up a good point. Are they gonna be able to give it to us? Oh, I don't know. Commissioner Garcia brought up a good point, is you're not gonna get all the trailers all at once. So we would target the individuals, who would we helping first, depending on the amount of food that comes in.
and we need to get organized as to how many food distributions we're gonna have and where we're gonna have them.
I think that we have the food distributions. I think there's enough property at the fairgrounds that we have them. It just needs to be unified effort between everybody, that we have it at the fairgrounds. That way we're not, and we can target a group of people there, and we have better control of who's coming into the fairgrounds.
And I did, Judge, one of the questions when you reached out to me, one of the first things, and I asked, RAD was, do we have enough product? And yeah, I didn't get any pushback on that. Well, we might not, or, so I think we'll be good on that. That was one of my first, before we came into this.
One thing though, Judge, is we have food distribution systems in place. Precinct 4, Precinct 2, Precinct 1. I just spent $11,000 on a reefer trailer in order to ease the pressure on Precinct 2 from delivering food to Precinct 1. We don't know if what we've already got in place can't handle who was going to come in. Did the people that went to the fairgrounds on Tuesday only go because they're federal employees and they were invited by us to come? Or can what we have in place handle it?
I think that what y'all have in place is not going to be able to handle it, because y'all already hand out all that food.
Yeah, and I don't think for,
Y'all already
we
hand out
can handle that.
Y'all already handle food distributions, and I'd hate to disrupt that when we're trying to add another layer for the individuals, more individuals that have been affected.
Judge, and some of them people that had called and complained, so I acted on it right away. I had a good long discussion with you. I had a couple of people that were on the radio. So we got a load in yesterday that I split up with Mr. Commissioner Flores. So then people, they're okay now. I know I took your phone number. So yesterday and today, we've been dispersing food, good quantity food that came in yesterday. So they just wanted, those are people that go to our regular distribution.
And I understand that, and I appreciate both of what y'all did, but it still aggravates me that they
Yes, sir.
complain.
No. Yes, sir. I
And
understand.
they complain and they crap on us, and then in order to shut them up, we go give them food, but yet they're there every week. In my opinion, you don't have a right to complain when you're already getting it every week, and now you're just crapping on us because you want more food. I think the individuals that right now, these individuals, and I'm gonna say it again, they never show up. They never show up for food. They have a job, they work, they're trying to get ahead without using any form of government help, food stamp, SNAP, or whatever, which I'm not saying that's bad. If you need it, go get it. But this is a group that I think we need to target now. And I don't think y'all's food distribution should be interrupted by extra help or bringing in more food. I think we need to set up an area. We need to target a specific group when food comes in, and we need to make that happen as soon as possible. I think that if, 54,000 would be the minimum if you want to set aside more, but 54,000 would do 18 trailers at $3,000 a trailer. And I do believe that we're going to have people mad again, because we're not going to be able to service 4,000 families tomorrow. And the next trailers that come in, it's not going to happen tomorrow, right? We're going to have to pick out some type of rotation on who we're going to service. We're not with the food that's coming in.
And Judge, there'll be a problem with having to have a federal ID to get into that distribution, and then no other citizens can go through it. Well, what about the regular food distributions and federal employees with their ID in their pocket are coming through those distributions?
Well, and that'll be
We're trying to
something.
separate sheep from goats, and I don't see how we're going to do it.
Well, again, they have a right, just like everybody else, to go get it. And I guarantee you that those individuals don't show up all the time at y'all's regular food distributions. They don't do it. But again, it's a court decision. Whatever y'all want to do, it just
And
takes
these people,
three.
Judge, to what you're saying, to your credit, these people, most of them came in at 3:30 after, because they're still working, they're just not getting paid. So they won't be able to show up to our regular morning distributions, because they'll be on base working. I mean, in other words, so I think, it's totally different people.
How
So
about if we do homebound? Deliver to their homes.
So where are you gonna get the 54,000 in the budget?
We've got contingency Matt.
Yeah, that would, well, it's your choice, but contingency would probably be the best bet for right now. Sounds like you have somewhat controls in place for running this? I know it's going to be hard because how do you do it? You got a family of 4 versus a family of 6 or a family of, one
And there'll
dependent?
be, the amount of product that was handed out, I think is sufficient for a week or so. It's just a Band-Aid.
Mhm.
It's not gonna be a fix.
Mhm. And this should
Commissioner
run-
Vasquez, you said that they work and they can't get to our regular food distributions?
Right, the people with the federal ID, if you notice when we were out there, the brunt of them came in, when they were, after they left, when we had that big surge. That's because they were leaving base and
So
had to
what-
run over to that food distribution.
What times can we do this distribution to get food to them? Do we have to spend more county money and get county employees to do it on a Saturday on overtime? What are we looking at here? Because if we're gonna get it to them and they can't get there while we're working, we're gonna be sitting there with pallets of food and they're at their job.
Let's do this. We need to sort of eat this pie one slice at a time here. So, are y'all okay with setting aside $54,000 and then we can go through the logistics of how we're gonna distribute it? But first we need to come up with a dollar amount of what we're gonna set aside, and then we can, sort of take this one piece at a time. Your point's a good point, how it's gonna be done, but, I'd like to get part of this off the table first, if y'all don't mind, which would be the
And-
funds.
Commissioner Vasquez, is there a way that they can segregate these invoices with some sort of special
Of course.
notation? on
Yes, sir,
the-
Mr. Mayor, up to your requirements, whatever
Right,
you
so we'll
need.
get that done so we can actually,
Well, and this is what he's talking about with the amount of food. So we would know what the trailer's bringing in, and this would also act as an invoice.
Okay.
It's pretty detailed as to what we're getting.
correct the invoices.
And
We
there
just
would
want
just
to
be a
make,
dollar amount, associated with that trailer.
okay,
Will that work?
that'll work. We'll be able to segregate that so that we can, but I assume this would probably run through the shutdown. So whenever it gets figured out.
And Matt, again, this is just going to be a Band-Aid. I don't know, hopefully we won't use it all, but, right now people are hurting. And I don't think we're gonna be able to bring product fast enough this first go-round, for everybody.
I don't think so either. I mean, it's
But
gonna be a slow process.
it's a start, right? Better to do something than sit around and do nothing.
There you
in my
go.
opinion.
Sometimes you gotta go and play instead of playing Stego. There you go, right?
Do something. This would bring in 18 trailers, approximately 18 trailers. Are y'all okay with this? You said you had a motion?
I'll make a motion, Judge, that we set
A
aside
motion,
$54,000.
I'll second that.
for contingency.
A motion, Commissioner Vasquez, and Commissioner Flores.
I'd like to state something real quick, Judge.
Yes, sir.
I think the most effective way to do this with distributions for those people that work for the government would be on a weekend, Saturday or Sunday. I mean, there's plenty of volunteers that would help and take care of that without having to bring a whole bunch of county employees in and having to spend that extra money, but.
And we can have that conversation right now, too. Yes, let's figure this out. I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second Commissioner Flores. Are y'all okay with that?
I'm in favor.
Okay, all
Against.
against? Okay. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Against?
Aye.
Commissioner Wardlaw is the only one against, the $54,000. The next thing is going to be, distribution. Commissioner Flores just brought up that maybe do it on a Saturday or Sunday. I don't know when the trucks could get here, not get here, whatever the trailers.
Well, we could look into that, Judge, ASAP today, and I'll keep you posted.
Okay.
We can go get the food on a Friday, leave it overnight in those, trailers, and then distribute it the following day.
If that can't happen, our precinct crews and our, you know where that's going, right?
I do, yeah.
Our precinct crews and our building maintenance crews, can already get paid overtime. Okay, that's
For
already
working
done.
special projects.
And this would be a special
This would be a
project.
special project. Okay.
So, if y'all don't mind, if you, if you can get back and, figure out when we can get food.
I should-
And then we can put a plan together as to when we can distribute. And we'll go from there where we're gonna distribute, and, then we'll target which group we're gonna be able to give food to once we figure out how much food's coming in.
Okay.
Will that work?
Yes, sir, Judge.
Y'all okay with that?
I'll keep you posted.
Any other questions or concerns on this item? Y'all okay with all that?
I'm good.
Judge, I think doing it in one location is too big. I think it needs to be spread out. I see the efficiency of my food distribution go very fast. And, I think when we get all mixed up together, we're gonna be tripping on each other, and it's too big of an
I can
operation.
tell you that when we did the COVID, we opened up 6 lanes. We opened up 6 lanes during COVID. And, we were able to run over 1,000 vehicles through.
I was there that
One
day.
day.
Yeah.
And we were able to park, almost all the cars inside the fairgrounds. And we weren't on the street. The first time we did it, our police chief got mad because we had a line going down Wildcat. The next time we did it, we literally parked. We had the whole fairgrounds full of vehicles. And that's the way we ended up moving people out, getting people through. But there was 6 lanes. We had volunteers from the school, from Laughlin, you name it. We had all kinds of volunteers. Like you said, there was all kinds of volunteers that came and helped. So that would be something, and again, we're not gonna be able to have 4,000 cars there at once. It's gonna depend on how much product we can get in. And once you figure out once you ask that question, how much product, then we can figure out when we're gonna do it and move forward.
What,
Naturally, the sooner the better.
Judge, I do agree with Commissioner Warlaw. I mean, I think being 18 trailer loads, we should break it into different areas for food distribution as to, once we know how many people work in Laughlin, I'm pretty sure we can get where they live, addresses, and maybe separate everybody to go to one place and the other, instead of one place.
The whole thing is though that we're not gonna get 18 trailer loads in it.
Well, I understand that, but I think,
So you're gonna-
in all fairness, I mean, we could, work it out that way. I mean, if the other commissioner agreed to it.
Okay. I would prefer, but it's up to you. I would prefer that we do it at the fairgrounds because we're not going to get, all 18 trailer loads in at one time. And y'all's food distributions at y'all's regular places could continue the way they're
Can we
doing.
add that to the motion, Judge, or not?
We can go back.
There's something else.
You can go back or you can.
Well, the thing is, we're not gonna get all the trailer loads at one time. I mean, there's gonna be not big distribution, so you don't need to open 6 lanes.
Okay.
There's another,
Let's do this. We're still on the item, and we can make a motion to separate it, take a motion, take a second, take a vote, and we can take a motion. If that works, then we're done. Or we can have a motion to have it all at the fairgrounds. We'll get a second, take a vote, and see which one works. I'll entertain a motion for either one, and we take a vote.
I will make a motion, Judge, that we do the distribution at the county fairgrounds, at different times, but I think it would be more effective to do it at the Valverde County Fairgrounds.
Do I have a second? Okay, I have a motion, Commissioner Vasquez, second, Commissioner Garcia. Commissioner Vasquez, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Garcia, how do you vote?
Yes.
Commissioner Flores, how do you vote?
No.
Commissioner Wardlaw, how do you vote?
against.
Okay, and I vote yes. Motion carries 3-2.
There's another thing we need to make clear, Judge. If this food distribution, unlike the ones that we have in our precincts, the volunteers come, they get food allocated to them. You know, they come and they volunteer, we give them food. If this food distribution is for federal employees, then if they're a volunteer, that's a federal employee, we'll give them food. But the people who aren't gonna get food, they're gonna come volunteer.
And Judge, on a note on that, Judge, some of this is federal product, Mr. Kerr, so we're not able to do that. For example, if you notice, here at the fairgrounds, federal, product is not it's only who it was intended for. That's why we had brought it in at that time. So if you notice, the chicken, protein was just kept for everybody. I think there was a few apples left, but yeah, I think it'd be best if we just keep it to follow the guidelines. Loaves like this that are intended just for the government people, we get some extra loads. I got some today if you want to share with your volunteers and so on, but I think we need to keep these loads just for the people that it was intended for.
Yes, and the reason I'm bringing it up is to prevent confusion from people coming to volunteer and then becoming upset that they didn't get their
And
load.
we can make that, specific as the volunteer, as we're looking for volunteers.
Okay.
Okay, that they will not end up with this product because it is specific for the individuals that will be receiving it. And it is federal product.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other questions, concerns, Commissioner? And, I know you've already been working on it, but the sooner the better, if you'll let us know.
Yeah, I spoke to her today, Judge, so by Monday, we're gonna have a teleconference call on that.
That'll work.
I'll keep you posted right away.
Any other, we'll go into item 6, Commissioner's comments.
Happy Halloween to, everybody. I want to invite everybody to
Tonight.
tonight, actually, to the, Valverde County Annex, Library. The library, spoke to Mr. Bond's people. They will be open today, also later in the evening. And then, of course, we'll be there at the Antonio Tony Paz Building, 315 East Chapoy. We got a lot of candies, and, bring out the families, all precincts, you're welcome. Thank you, Mr. Garcia, for donating also some of the, giving us some of the candy there. But lots of candies, and hopefully everybody will have fun.
Any other Commissioner's comments?
I would just like to explain my vote against. I would have preferred to have federal employees and all other citizens in the same line in precinct 1 at my distribution point. So I just want to be clear about the vote.
And to add to that, and I'm glad you said something, because it was going to be part of my county judge's comments, that I was sure that his vote wasn't against the people, it was just the process.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I will tell y'all that, I want to thank y'all for taking time out of y'all's day to come to this. I think it's very important. And I always say that we make a good group, as a court. And again, I want to thank y'all, for everything. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Judge.
Commissioner Vasquez, do I hear a second?
Second.
Commissioner Garcia, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody against? Motion carries 5-0. Thank y'all so much.